Take two. Hello everybody and welcome back. Yes, today we're going to have a fun one and it is going to be all about, is the Birkin a status symbol? Are you a show off? Am I a show off? Are we just showing off our handbags? Is that what we're at here? Stick around. Hi everybody and welcome back. The reason I said take two is I have recorded this before and I didn't press record. Just as well I had my coffee today. Anyway, I'm delighted to be back, and before we start off I want to say a big hello to Alex Foken. Hi Alex, how are you? And also, since we're talking about status symbols and, you know, showing off and things, flexing possibly and all that, I wanted to show, and I thought the perfume of the day might be very apt, and I have gone for Baccarat Rouge 540 by Maison Francis and Kirk de Jean. The top notes are saffron and jasmine, mid notes are amberwood and ambergris, and the base notes are fir, resin and cedar. This baby is a woody, amber, warm, spicy, aromatic, animalic, conifer, white, floral. She is strong and she means business. This fragrance means business. She's one of those that, you know, you walk into a room and you kind of go, do you know what, like, I'm not here to mess around. I mean business. This is what I'm wearing today. She sure ain't cheap. She's on the hefty side, but if anybody wants to buy you this for Valentine's Day, wink wink, nudge nudge, hubby, partner, anybody else, just drop them a little share of the L video and I'll let them know that to buy this for you. This one is in, I have the 50 mils, 2.4, it's not 50 mils, Viv, it's 70 mils, 2.4 fluid ounces, because I like to try a smaller bottle and she's expensive, as I said. She's beautiful, definitely not for everybody, but she is a strong beauty and everybody will know you have arrived when you walk into the room. Now, speaking of status symbols, is the Birkin a status symbol? Are we all just show-offs? Yota Style is responsible for this video. She tagged me. Thank you so much, Yota, for tagging me. I think Yota is fabulous. She is a strong woman who knows herself. She loves to air her opinions. She's not afraid to be honest, be feisty. I love that in a woman, and yeah, she's very, very funny and she's very straight up and honest, and she's very much like black and white. Take me as I come and like me or don't like me, and that's it, and that's why I really, really like her. So she did this, she tagged me in it. I hope you don't mind that I've kind of put my own twist on it. And also Dale's Addiction did a little twist on this video. Also, they had two very, very different opinions, which I thought was really interesting. Yota was very much like, yes, the Birkin is a status symbol, and Dale was very much like, no, it's not. So I have my own opinion on it, and I've always had my own opinion on it. And I loved actually that Yota had said, I'm starting my Hermes journey, or am I starting my Hermes journey? And as she said, no, I'm not. I'm not starting. She has a beautiful Birkin handbag, and I just think it is a very, very interesting topic because it really pulls opinions, polar kind of opposites of yes and no's. First of all, I thought it was very interesting to put everything into perspective, because, you know, perspective is key. Look back on history and kind of ask ourselves, first of all, what is a status symbol? And it basically is a social position that it communicates your social position, and it's a perceived indicator of your economic or your social status. That's exactly the definition of social status, of status symbol. Now, luxury goods have been, you know, known as status symbols over the years and over the centuries, and going back to ancient times, people have used them. Is it right? Is it wrong? It's just a matter of life. There's always been a tiered system of life, and it's always been that way. The haves, the have-nots, unfortunately, again, it's not right, it's not, but it is what it is. Now, it also changes in value or meaning over time. And what I mean by this is it can vary among different countries, different cultures. It very much depends on technology and the economic state of the country that you're living in at that time. Really, really important. And little examples of this that were really important and actually very interesting when I was doing my research. It's an example like the printing press. So before the printing press came out years and years and years ago, basically collections of laboriously copied books were kept in private libraries, and they were coveted and they were looked at as a social status symbol because they were rare and because they were not common and because they were exclusive and hard to come by. And those words are very important, I think, when it comes to the word social status. The rarity of it, the exclusiveness, if you want to be in this club, VIP, all of that stuff. So it has been around, and once the printing press came around and you were able to, mass produce books and things like that, obviously they were more common, so they weren't as rare, so therefore they weren't as exclusive, and they weren't such a status symbol any longer. Another example were pearls and jade gemstones in the likes of Asia. They were exclusively kept for royalties in ancient times. Also, the beautiful colours such as imperial yellow in China and also royal purple in ancient Rome was also exclusively kept for royalty. So that was to divide people, I suppose, and show, well, maybe those people were more important than the other people, and it still is very much in, today's culture. People wearing uniforms, like if you look at the royal family, when they dress up, the military, they all communicate, and that is the important expression. They communicate a certain message, a social message to the masses. We live in a very, very commercial society at the moment. So for me, we live in an era of Instagram. We live in an era of visual. Everything is visual, and your money or wealth can buy you everything that you could possibly need or want. Hence, that's why the bags and the clothes and the jewelry and the watches and the holidays and the diamonds and everything else are basically absolutely 100% status symbols. They have been for years and centuries, and even if people turn around and say things like, well, I want an Hermes Birkin because of the craftsmanship. Do you know what I would say to that? That is BS, I would say. And the reason I say that is because a lot of the times we can't even get to try on. I mean, the craftsmanship, don't get me wrong, by any stretch of the imagination. I trust people when I do my research, and they're all handmade, of course, so they're going to be stunning. But if people say before they even have a bag that that's why they want it, I don't believe that, because where did you try one on? Or, okay, my friend had one. Well, not very many friends have them. They still are exclusive. They still are rare. They're part of a club, and that is another reason I think they are definitely a status symbol, 100% a status symbol, because Dale made a very good point, actually. Dale said that she didn't think they were a status symbol because the middle class are wearing them, and correct me if I'm wrong, Dale, this is what I got from it. The middle class are wearing them. If you're wearing a $20 dress, you can wear a Birkin, you don't really have the wardrobe to back it up. My point on that one is there was very much a time status symbols were used by people of much more modest means, and by that I mean, like if you remember in the Soviet Union for the Berlin Wall, American blue jeans were a status symbol. Everybody wanted to wear these American blue jeans, all the teenagers over there, because they couldn't get them, because they were rare, because they couldn't get their hands on them physically. Rock music was another thing they couldn't get their hands on. So it was a social, cultural, very, very much sign of the times of their country and of that era. And again, it was rebellious teenagers saying, we want to wear this. We want to be able to get our hands on these things. It was about freedom and things like that. Another one was in the 1990s, foreign cigarettes in China, like Marlboro, they cost the same amount as one day's wages in China, a pack of cigarettes. And they were very much a status symbol, and even back, if you remember the old movies and things like that, people smoking, it was very much a status symbol of wealth and high society. So it's the message that you're communicating rather than what you can afford, I believe. That's just my personal opinion. You can absolutely disagree with me, because I feel that people can go out that can say necessarily afford an Hermes bag and go out and buy a very, very expensive car very easily. But you can't go out and get an Hermes bag very easily, because you have to be a part of an exclusive club. And I feel that is a lot of the allure of Hermes. I feel that they want you to be part of their club. It's a very exclusive club. I think that's why people want to be a part of it, because you can't get it everywhere. I mean, you can go and buy your, expensive BMW, your expensive, you just have to order it and have the money, no problem. But you cannot do that with Hermes, which I really, really feel that's what sets it apart, and that's what makes it such a social status symbol. That's my belief. Like again in Turkey in the 1990s, a mobile phone was nearly a status symbol because they couldn't get them on it. Now they're everywhere, so that's diminished. Today, the modern status symbol for teenagers would be iPods, would be Air Jordans maybe, would be iPhones, because look at me, I'm cool, it is definitely a status symbol. Years and years and years ago, societies valued honor and bravery. So to have a scar from a war was a social status symbol. Also, intellectuals, way back, you know, what you knew, how much you knew, you were educated and how you think in a certain way, had nothing got to do with material possessions, but it was a status symbol. And then the state decorations, whether they be medals or badges, you know that the owner is a hero, and that in itself is a status symbol. So these are my reasons for thinking that the Birkin is absolutely a status symbol. As I said, it's not easy to come by. Would I like one? Do you know what? Like if you asked me this question 6 months ago, I think I would have said, I'm not sure, but I think this is the way it works, or it's psychology. I think the more we see these things, the more they're in front of our faces, the more we're influenced by Instagram, by YouTubers, by our fellow YouTubers, by friends, by you, by me, by everybody. I think we all start to go, oh yeah, I think that's lovely, and she got that now, and I'd like to. It's about belonging. It's about, you know, community. It's about relationships. It's not really like, oh, I'm jealous because she has one. It's just, oh, she has one, and I'd like that as well, and that's beautiful. And the more we see it, the more, you know, we think it's amazing, and the whole packaging and the whole experience. It's the whole experience going in. Hermes bringing you up to the private room, making it a big deal. People can say it's nothing, that you can buy it in the second-hand market, and I have bought, and you know I love the pre-loved market, but if I was to get an Hermes bag, I would have nothing against buying it on the second-hand market, except for that it's double the price. So I won't be doing that. But I would love for that experience, and I've never felt that way with Chanel or anything else. I just go, oh, I can get it wherever I want. But with Hermes, I would like it, because it's like, you know, it's an occasion, like a birthday or like a whatever, just a little occasion in life. And also I think it is a symbol of you've worked hard and your success, and I'd always say treats be needed. And I think it's a goal for a lot of people, for me included. I think it's one of those goals to say, not that you've arrived, because it's nothing like, oh yes, I've arrived and I'm better than you. No, nobody's better than anybody, as I've said before. Absolutely nobody. But in society, yeah, it is nice to go, I'm going to aim for that. I never thought I could buy that for myself, and I'm going to do it, and I'm going to try and achieve it. And I think that's another element of why it's so popular and why it is a status symbol. And it is a status symbol of, I was able to get this, whether it be I worked hard and I got this, or whether somebody bought it for you and you're lucky enough for that. Well, that's brilliant. It is a very prestigious brand, particularly Hermes. And you know, how you know it's a status symbol also is it's been copied everywhere. Everybody wants it. You know, it's been counterfeited everywhere for the people that either A, don't want to buy it, or B, do not want to pay out that kind of money for it, and they're happy to have the copy. But then there's people that would absolutely never buy counterfeit and want to have the genuine real thing, because they know themselves that it's real and they know the value of it to themselves. Another person down the road mightn't have a clue whether it's real or whether it's fake. But to you, it's the value, the inherent value in Hermes, the inherent value in the product that you have just bought, and what it communicates to you and what it communicates to anybody else that, you know, that might see it on you. You're a proud owner of it, you'll walk with pride, and that is exactly, now look, you're going to get the people who are going to flaunt and just buy it to flaunt and flex, as they call flex culture today. Flaunt for validation if they're a little bit insecure. There's going to be always those people, but they're everywhere. So the main points I want to take from today, that I think that the Hermes Birkin is absolutely a status symbol because of how hard it is to get. It's exclusive. The experience, the relationship you have to build with your SA or with the company, the loyalty, the beauty of the brand, the occasion and the experience and the pomp and everything else around it. I think Hermes obviously know the history behind, not everyone has one. It's nice sometimes to have something that not everybody has. And I'm out here admitting that, yeah, it is nice to have something that you feel you're working hard and you deserve something. And that's it. That's my twopence worth. And if you ask me, and if anybody wanted to gift me, I would love a Kelly. I think they're stunning. But the thing is, with the Kelly, you probably wouldn't wear it every day. Birkin is more functional. I'm more of a practical, functional person, people. But and other people will say the bag is ugly. So it's personal taste. That's my twopence worth, and I'd love to hear yours, good or bad or indifferent. It's just opinions. It's just what we feel. It's just what we think. That's what we're here for. And don't forget any requests. I will be doing my wardrobe closet one and all the ones I've said before. But you know, when people tag you, you know, it's nice to respond. And again, thank you so much, Yota, for tagging me. You're an old doll. Dale, how's it going? And everyone else here, I would love if you're enjoying my channel to hit the red subscribe button, hit the little tag notification beside it so you get notified when my YouTube videos are on. And until next time, be kind, be safe, and be compassionate. Love you lots. Mwah.